Rimuru goes to Naruto Verse by manga-nirvana ch 15 Konoha Crush Arc. With the invasion's start, Orochimaru takes the third Hokage hostage as the Sound 4 creates a barrier to allow them to fight without interruption, but to their surprise Velgrand kicks Orochimaru aside and asks Hiruzu whether he is fine or not. One of the Anbu chasing after they touch the barrier bursts into flames and dies. Meanwhile, Sanagakure, Sand Village, Shinobi summons the snake and it breaks through the wall. Then invading Otogakure, village hidden in the sound, and Suna Ninja, Sand Village, infiltrate Konoha, and battles begin breaking out across the village. Kankuro and Temari carry Gaara from the village so that he can recover. Sasuke pursues them, eager to finish their battle. Preoccupied with fending off the invading forces, Kakashi hid while praising Sakura, who had managed to repel the sleeping-inducing genjutsu, to wake Naruto and Shikamaru. He felt the sudden change in the aura and saw Rimuru and some random guy fighting. He tells her that they are getting a mission after a long time and that it will be an A-ranked mission. After Sakura awakened Naruto and discovered that Shikamaru had dispelled the genjutsu as well but was just faking sleep to avoid any conflict, Kakashi brought them to track down Sasuke and stop him. Then after they have done that, they should wait and hide in a safe place and wait for further orders. Sakura and others leave the arena to track Sasuke. Kakashi then focuses on the mysterious person fighting Rimuru. From his point, the fight is well balanced, as if Rimuru is trying to hold this person down in a single spot. He immediately decided to help Rimuru, but he gets attacked by Suna ninjas. Look like Rimuru had to hold it a little longer, thought Kakashi. Even Might Guy is busy fighting these Suna ninjas. This is bad. If continue they might start to overpower us. But to Kakashi's surprise, Rimuru pulled out his adamantine chains and killed a few ninjas that were coming at him. Rimuru then uses his chains to create a dome to prevent anyone from interfering with the fight. Kakashi then leaves the arena to kill the giant snakes that are causing mass destruction in the Konoha village. Back to the Pakun, Naruto, Sakura, and Shikamaru are in the forest, attempting to catch up to Sasuke as per Kakashi's orders. Pakun notices that there are 9 Auto Nin following them. To distract the opponent, Pakun tells them to step on their footprints and jump into the trees, so that it looks like their prints have stopped, to buy them some time. Knowing an ambush is necessary, Shikamaru volunteers to be the decoy, since his shadow imitation technique is designed to restrain people, while Naruto, Sakura, and Pakun continue their mission. Shikamaru's technique succeeds in stopping 8 Auto Nin following them, but Shikamaru quickly remembers Pakun telling him that there were 9. Realizing that the 9th one purposely stayed behind the others in order to prevent a complete ambush and that his chakra is still limited from his fight with Temari, Shikamaru contemplates on his life and seems to accept his upcoming death. However, Asuma arrives to defeat all the enemies without even breaking a sweat, saving Shikamaru. Velzard then comes to the 2 ninjas without getting deducted by them and asks them if they have seen a little girl around the age of 6 here. Asuma started laughing and told her they were in the middle of life and death situation. Why would they search for a little girl? To their surprise, a little girl pops out of the shadow of Shikamaru and takes him hostage and demands the 3 ninja to leave. Velzard, without wasting time arguing with the kid, gave the kid a solid head chop and told her to stop causing problems for them. Then the girl said her name was Kori and she had received an order from her master to ensure that the 3 Suna ninjas could escape from Konoha. Shikamaru then used his Shadow Passion Jutsu on Kori, but she got dragged into the shadow by Sekhmet. Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara are in the forest as well, with Temari noticing that more people are pursuing them. Meanwhile, Sasuke finally manages to catch up to the 3 Sand siblings. But Temari stalls him so that Kankuro and Gaara can escape. Sasuke easily deals with her and resumes his chase. Meanwhile, Sasuke again catches up with Gaara, and Kankuro prepares to hold Sasuke off while Gaara escapes with Temari. Before they can begin, Shino Aburame arrives to fight Kankuro, telling Sasuke that he has unfinished business with Kankuro since their match never happened, thus allowing Sasuke to proceed pursuing Gaara. Leaving Shino to deal with Kankuro, Sasuke continues his pursuit of Gaara. Kankuro attacks Shino with his puppet, using its many hidden weapons to catch Shino by surprise. Shino is able to dodge the attacks through the use of his bugs, though he eventually makes the mistake of inhaling poison from the puppet's poison gas bomb. As the battle goes on, Shino directs his bugs to Kankuro's location. They consume his chakra once they get there, causing Kankuro to collapse. The battle is won, and Shino also collapses due to the poison in his system. Gaara awakens as Sasuke catches up to them, and Gaara sends Temari flying. Gaara claims that while he and Sasuke are alike, he must kill Sasuke in order to prove his own existence, adding that Sasuke is his prey. Gaara then enters his initial Jinchuriki form to overwhelm Sasuke, terrifying Temari. Gaara, who has partially transformed into Shukaku, has dramatically increased his strength and speed, as well as the level of difficulty Sasuke faces fighting him. Sasuke uses his Chidori to slice the Shukaku arm off. However, the sand reassembles his arm. Wounded once more and in pain, Gaara only becomes more determined to kill Sasuke. Unable to use the Chidori on his own anymore, as he can only use it twice per day, Sasuke resorts to using Fire Release. Phoenix Sage Fire Technique along with a Fire Release. Great Fireball Technique, but the attacks do no damage to Gaara. Realizing that his Chidori is the only technique in his arsenal capable of taking down Gaara, Sasuke is forced to use his Cursed Seal, which grants him additional chakra, so that he can attack Gaara with another Chidori. However, the Chidori again only manage to destroy the Shukaku arm, which Gaara is able to regenerate using the sand. Sasuke collapses due to the use of the Cursed Seal, unable to move. As Gaara rushes forward, prepared to kill Sasuke, Naruto arrives, kicking Gaara in the face. Sakura and Pakun also arrive. By the way, Velzard and other two are now killing some random Suna ninja as Kori escapes from the fight. Naruto is now standing in front of Sakura and Sasuke, ordering Gaara to let them go. When Gaara asks who Sasuke and Sakura are to him, he states that they are his friends and that he will pulverize Gaara if he continues to hurt them. Gaara responds by hurting Sakura, and asks why Naruto hasn't pulverized him yet. Naruto clenches his fists and rushes toward Gaara. Gaara quickly restrains Sakura with a claw made of sand and slowly squeezes her. He detaches the arm holding Sakura and regenerates it, and continues to transform further into Shukaku. Now having no more humanoid features, Gaara resolves to kill Naruto as well, all the while telling Naruto that he must fight for himself and not for his friends. Determined to save Sasuke and Sakura at all costs, Naruto attempts to summon Gamabunta but ends up summoning Gamakichi, a smaller toad who is unable to fight. Gaara then launches a sand shuriken at them. Naruto manages to save Gamakichi as the shuriken pummels him. Naruto realizes that Gaara is lonely, just like how he used to be before he met Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi and Iruka, and wonders if he would have ended up like Gaara had he not met them. Thinking back on how meeting his friends gave him happiness and saved him from darkness, Naruto resolves to save them from Gaara, even at the cost of his own life. Naruto attacks Gaara using his shadow clones and performs the 1000 Years of Death with a kunai and explosive tag, damaging Gaara's form. Sasuke tells Naruto to save Sakura, and that he would hold Gaara off long enough for them to escape. Realizing that Gaara is just like him and remembering his conversation with Haku, Naruto produces 999 shadow clones, which all attack Gaara at once. Gaara responds by fully transforming and attempting to crush Naruto, but he escapes by summoning Gamabunta. The toad identifies Gaara's form as Shukaku of the Sand and agrees to fight alongside Naruto after learning that he protected his son, quickly severing Shukaku's right arm. Emerging from Shukaku's head, Gaara uses the feigning sleep technique and falls asleep, handing over control to Shukaku and drastically increasing its power. Realizing they stand no chance unless they wake Gaara up, Gamabunta tries to grab hold of Shukaku. After the initial attempt fails, Gamabunta tells Naruto to use the combination transformation to transform them into something that has fangs and claws. Charging toward Shukaku, Naruto manages to transform them just in time, becoming the nine-tailed demon fox. As they transform, and while Gamabunta holds Shukaku in place, Naruto wakes Gaara up by delivering a hard punch in order for Gaara to suppress Shukaku. At this time Naruto and Gaara leap at each other, and Naruto succeeds in delivering the winning blow. Naruto and Gaara both lay on the ground, devoid of chakra. Naruto sympathizes with Gaara for his childhood but threatens to kill Gaara if he should ever bring harm to his friends again. Sasuke comes to Naruto's side and informs him that Sakura is going to be alright. Realizing that Naruto's strength came from the desire to protect others, Gaara begins to reshape his view of the world as his siblings take him home, and apologizes to Temari and Kankuro, much to the two's surprise.